Welcome back to Trekyards, everyone. He is Commander Cockins.
He's Captain Foley.
Today we're here to talk about the... It's a bridge window.
You said it. You managed to get an answer.
But it's not.
We're not talking about a bridge window.
Good.
The title might suggest that, but no. Full credit to Picard for a great scene, a great concept, well executed, and another meta reference. Lower Decks, of course, did a bridge window in season 2 when they separated the front view screen section, which was a view screen, not a window. And then this season, what did they just do, Stuart?
Emergency evacuation shutters on the bridge, which is where the view screen is. It's not a window. Yeah, it was a great feature. As soon as they said evacuation thing on the bridge, I'm like, we already saw the skylight to the dome, and I'm like, is it going to be up there? Like, what are they doing?
I thought that was going to pop off and...
Yeah. But no, we got the flashing warning lights outside. We got the... Like, this is a thing. And then inside, you see it. And sure enough, it opens, and you see Vadic, like, drifting away. I was like, that's great, because it's not a window. And, it has some issues, but what did you think when you saw this, first of all, before we get into that?
Yeah, well, like I said, I was thinking in the scene, is the top going to pop off and there'd be some sort of anti-grav, like all the chairs, like something silly, right? But, yeah, I mean, it makes me think of Star Trek Beyond, of all things, when they crash through the view screen window to get out the ship. No, they're not influenced by that. That's an alternate universe in the past. But I do see the logic of if a ship is going to crash, in the rare time, I mean, it's such a rare situation, but if it crashes and the ship happens to be steady, and there happens to be a thing that you've crashed onto, it's a very weird, it's not useful in 9 times out of 10 situations.
Yeah.
But in this one it was. That said, of course, the assimilate this line would have been different if they could have walked out the Enterprise E bridge instead of an airlock.
Yeah.
There are sorts of uses. It's basically an emergency airlock. I do think, though, it's more of it's a fun joke and a meta reference to bridge windows that it's not, but we're doing it. Great. Yeah. Good meta joke. But also I think it'll be a thing used at the end of the season, because now we've set up as a concept. You can use it as a bridge window if you open the door and through a force field on, and a first contact. Picard shows Lily. It's a force field.
And that ties into Lower Decks as well, where they're like, they open the front of the bridge, and they're actually steering the ship.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I can see them having a scene where the Titan gets all the sensors go offline. They still manage to get manual control, and it goes black, and say open the damn shutters, and there's a force field, and they're a pilot. And because they're so close to because in reality a window is useless because the distance in space makes everything so tiny. And against black, I mean, I've done enough CG where even a bright object far enough away in the scene, it's not visible.
Disappears.
Yeah, that's just the nature of being millions of kilometers away, thousands. So it's almost entirely useless, except the few times it is useful. But if they're right near space dock with a fleet, then I can, or even go into space dock. Maybe they'll walk out. There's a play they could do there that will link in directly. And it's been set up. I mean, the great thing about this show is that they are setting things up effectively, strategically, and passively. Like, this is a thing you've seen. We can use it again. Of course, would have been useful in the first part of the season with the Nebula for even a brief moment. That said, limited power. You don't want to risk opening the bridge and needing a force field, because if that thing runs out of power, you're dead. Like, very dead beyond the...
The problem, though, lies in, we know what the size of the bridge is inside. You see the shutters opening from the inside. We see what it looks like outside. There's a part where the doors are open. You can see in the bridge. You can see the bridge details. This ship is not the size that they say it is. As we've said from the beginning, it was made to be the same. It's basically a scaled up Shangri-La, which is what Bill Krause originally designed, even down to the windows along the rim of the saucer.
And the docking ports?
Yep, the docking ports, yes.
The blankies?
A lot of things,
Hazel turrets?
Yeah, scale-wise just don't make sense for the size they say this is, and this just confirms it. This is the size of a refit Connie. It's just that simple. You can't deny what you're seeing there. So
yeah, I mean, there is no visual canon of it being the size of a Sovereign. in the sense we're not seeing it so sovereign. But the visual canon of the bridge being that tall. Now, obviously, size discrepancies happen all the time in Trek, but this was clearly a deliberate testament to this is how big it really is. Because they could have made it like the bottom little bit of it. It didn't have to be what we saw. It was there's literally 3 boxy plates there. It could have been just the bottom third. They deliberately made it that big to tell us how big the ship really is.
And what's more is you can see Vadic's body drifting away. And if you use her body as scale as well, it's like, yep, those rim windows, those are 2 decks. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear. But anyway, just something we noticed here at Trekyards.
Which is obviously funny because they were told their internal giant scale, so they had to actively make the ship smaller for that shot to work. So I'm sure the artist that did it said, well, damn, I've got to reverse engineer the new scale, which happens to fit the window scale, in a shot that's meant to show its giant scale, but it's got to be now tiny, but everything matches properly now. Weird.
Bit of a problem.
Slash a solution.
Yeah.
Because it'd be fine if it was tiny. That's actually kind of cool if it was a small ship, as the scale works out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it was fun to see. It was a nice feature. I think it was a little jab poking the eye of the whole wood bridge window thing. I'd like to thank Terry and the team for it because it's a cool new feature, first of all. And let's get rid of the bridge windows. There's nothing wrong with bridge windows. We like the idea. Just it shouldn't. Since 2009, it's just been everywhere, and it shouldn't be. So.
Yeah, not on hero ships. Shuttle's fine. Smaller ships fine. Just it's not a normal design. It's also a step backwards in tech. It's just less advanced than 400 years.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, comment down below what you thought about this. What do you think about the scaling issues? Anything we talked about? Let us know your thoughts down below. That's what the comment section is for. And you guys are going to be Trekyard subscribers. You're Trekyardians already, or you're going to be. Click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the notification bell icon to get notified every time we do a video. We love our tech. We love our ships. Join us.
As if you guys know. Or don't know, in fact. But you do know. And if you don't know, but you do want to know, join us for our lives. Say hi. Super chat your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, random bits of trivia, or just
insults, whatever.
Sure. Or make Stuart say something about Discovery that you love. Hey. You have the power in super chats. Or super thanks on any video that we do. Those are massively appreciated. Or monthly support, because we do a lot of content in a month. It's free. It's there. It's to be enjoyed. Patreon, enjoy the channel. Both monthly, both very useful. And buy merch down below. The links are there in the description. See what you like and buy it. And PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com. Anything and everything makes a difference. So thank you so much in advance.
That's right. So until next time, he is Commander Cocky.
He's Head of Foley. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.